And now to the latest in that police shooting in Clinton County. State police now tell us this all unfolded at a gas station near State Road 28 at the Frankfort exit. Our Chase Howell joins me in studio tonight after learning the suspect who died was connected to a crime scene more than 150 miles away.
Married.
One in name, and 1 week of trust and happy destiny. Congratulations, you can now kiss your partner. Thank you.
Springfield Township, Ohio. On Monday, November 18, 2024, just after dawn, in this quiet Cincinnati suburb, the ordinary calm of a new week was not merely disturbed, it was utterly, irrevocably annihilated by the stark reality of fatal violence. Emergency calls detailing gunfire shattered the morning quiet, prompting an immediate police response to a residence on Lincoln Avenue. Outside, responders discovered a devastating scene: 33-year-old Lucretia Black, unresponsive, brutally struck by multiple gunshots. A vibrant life, remembered by friends for its beauty, kindness, and resilience, was extinguished in an instant. This was the raw, immediate finality of an execution unfolding on an ordinary morning, mere steps from her own door. Such abrupt, fundamental violations of expected safety leave an enduring scar on any community. Authorities swiftly secured the perimeter, their investigation commencing directly on the pavement where Lucretia lay. Information rapidly pointed to one individual, 42-year-old Terria Brown, known to the victim. By the time law enforcement identified Brown, however, she had vanished, her vehicle speeding away from Springfield Township, leaving behind the chaos of a life extinguished. This immediate, desperate flight signaled something clear and chilling. This was unequivocally not a random act. A frantic, cross-state pursuit was now fully underway. A suspect was identified, a horrific crime confirmed, yet the narrative was far from concluded. It had only just begun its accelerated trajectory down an interstate. Terria Brown was already driving hard, putting significant mileage between herself and the scene of the killing, setting in motion a desperate, multi-state chase destined to culminate in Indiana with law enforcement surrounding her vehicle, and a final, deadly outcome. What escalating force erupted in those early morning hours, transforming a deeply personal conflict into a public act of fatal violence and a desperate cross-state escape? That profound question forms the dark heart of this tragedy. Stay with us as we meticulously reconstruct the events of that day and dissect the volatile relationship that inevitably led to it. This is a cold, stark narrative of lives intertwined, violently ripped apart in a single moment. Before we flow deeper, if you find these unflinching explorations of true crime crucial and impactful, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Your direct support enables us to continue sharing these vital stories. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most chilling true crime tales. If you crave real-life crime stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat, you are in the right place. Kindly subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Every victim has a history, a life lived before the final, defining moment of violence, before the sirens and the yellow tape, before becoming a case file. Lucretia Renee Black was a vibrant 33-year-old, born in Cincinnati on August 31, 1991. Those who knew her speak of a luminous spirit, beautiful inside and out, a good sweet person, consistently smiling and being goofy. Online tributes underscore her resilience, noting she had been through so much, yet maintained an infectious spirit. Friend Gabrielle Page recalled shared, fun days working together, venting, and shit-talking, achingly normal memories that now highlight the stark void left by her sudden absence. Her community would later gather, on November 30th, at Cincinnati's House of Joy, for a solemn visitation and funeral, a collective mourning for a life so brutally cut short. Then there is Terria Denise Brown, also from Cincinnati, born February 23, 1982. At 42, her own life would tragically conclude on the very same day as Lucretia's, November 18, 2024. While initial reports might have suggested her death occurred in Cincinnati, the grim reality connects directly to the unfolding drama after Lucretia's murder. Taria Brown died far from home, in Clinton County, Indiana, following the desperate flight we introduced. Unlike the outpouring of warm tributes for Lucretia, public information regarding Taria remains notably sparse, the few available glimpses painting a distinctly different picture, one overshadowed by the events of that singular, devastating morning. The link between Lucretia Black and Taria Brown was far from casual. They were, in fact, married. Their union, however, proved brief, spanning less than a year. A friend close to Lucretia later revealed to WCPO9 News that their relationship was perpetually on-again off-again, marred by frequent, intense arguments. This was no stable partnership. It was a volatile, friction-laden dynamic. A crucial background detail for understanding the violent climax that unfolded. What destructive forces simmered beneath the surface of this relationship, ultimately escalating to such horrific proportions? The crime scene itself that morning on Lincoln Avenue in Springfield Township revealed telling details. The shooting transpired outside Lucretia's apartment around 7 a.m., a brutal, undeniable assault resulting in multiple gunshot wounds. However, a key piece of information emerged. The 911 call reporting the gunfire originated from a male friend or caretaker who was inside Lucretia's home at the time. His presence there, notably not her spouse, hinted strongly at a period of separation or significant marital strain between Lucretia and Taria. Was Lucretia seeking distance, crucial support, or perhaps even a measure of protection? Lucretia was pronounced dead at the scene. As police arrived, Taria Brown had already fled, her vehicle immediately leaving the area. This was not a crime with an apprehended suspect standing over the victim. It was a calculated escape by an identified perpetrator, confirming the deeply personal, rather than random, nature of the attack. The stage was now set. A volatile marriage had reached its breaking point, ending one life. But what truly transpired in those final, horrific moments outside Lucretia's home, and where was Taria Brown headed in her desperate flight? The narrative was accelerating, and the answer lay over 100 miles away. From the moment Taria Brown's black Chevrolet Cruze vanished from Lincoln Avenue in Springfield Township, the manhunt began. A desperate, cross-state pursuit was immediately initiated, signaling an urgent race against the clock for Ohio authorities who broadcast a regional alert across state lines. Every police cruiser, every officer on patrol in the surrounding areas, now had their sights set on that specific vehicle and the woman believed to be inside. A clear alarm raised. The hunt was undeniably on. Just over 2 hours into this rapidly unfolding drama, the alert paid off. Over 150 miles northwest of Cincinnati, within the jurisdiction of Clinton County, Indiana, an Indiana State Police trooper spotted the black Chevrolet Cruze. It was traveling northbound on Interstate 65, near the 149-mile marker, around 9:30 that morning. The sheer distance covered in such a short time frame underscored the sheer desperation of the fugitive's flight. This was the vehicle. This was unequivocally the suspect. Indiana State Police troopers attempted to initiate a traffic stop. However, the Chevrolet showed no signs of slowing. Instead, it aggressively accelerated. A perilous high-speed pursuit erupted on the interstate, a dangerous, tactical dance between determined law enforcement and the fleeing suspect. The chase continued relentlessly northbound on I-65, pushing past the 158-mile marker before the vehicle finally exited onto State Road 28 near the town of Frankfort. The high-stakes pursuit had now transitioned to local roads, the tension palpable. The chase ultimately concluded not long after exiting the highway. Taria Brown's vehicle came to a definitive stop on County Road 800 West, just south of State Road 28, coming to rest near a gas station. The immediate danger of the high-speed pursuit may have lessened, but the situation immediately escalated into a standoff. Police cruisers strategically surrounded the stopped car, officers holding their positions, weapons drawn. A tense, uncertain silence settled over the scene as they waited. Then, a critical, horrifying development. A single gunshot echoed through the air, originating from inside Taria Brown's vehicle. This sudden act instantly magnified the already extreme risk. Indiana State Police troopers present at the scene instinctively responded, discharging their firearms towards the car. In that chaotic moment, immediate clarity was impossible. It was not immediately discernible if the shot from inside the car was aimed at officers or fired for another, desperate reason entirely. Given the unexpected gunshot and the volatile uncertainty of the situation, knowing she was a homicide suspect now potentially actively engaging, the Indiana State Police SWAT team was immediately summoned. Tinted windows on the vehicle further obstructed a clear view inside, adding another layer of extreme caution. The SWAT team approached the stopped car slowly, meticulously, utilizing an armored vehicle for essential cover against a potentially armed individual. This was the final, climactic approach to the vehicle, the culmination of the cross-state flight. When the SWAT team finally reached and accessed the Chevrolet Cruze, they made a grim discovery. Taria Brown was deceased inside the vehicle. A firearm lay nearby. Two Indiana State Police troopers, Sergeant Jonathan Haw and Trooper Joseph Malone, were identified as having discharged their weapons during the confrontation. Both officers, following standard protocol in such incidents, were immediately placed on administrative leave pending a full, exhaustive review. Crucially, both troopers were equipped with body-worn cameras, and their vehicles with dashboard cameras. The footage from these devices would be essential evidence in meticulously reconstructing the precise sequence of events during those final, tense moments. Taria Brown was dead, mere hours after Lucretia Black, but was her death the direct result of the officer's bullets, or did this tragic story take another, final, desperate turn in the isolation of her stopped car, a definitive conclusion awaiting further investigation? With the high-stakes pursuit concluded in a deadly standoff, the immediate, chaotic sequence of events gave way to the painstaking work of two separate, critical investigations. In Hamilton County, Ohio, the Springfield Township Police Department meticulously focused on the homicide of Lucretia Black, working tirelessly to establish a definitive motive, scrutinizing the complex history of her relationship with Taria Brown, and collecting every piece of forensic evidence from the scene.
This is 911. Do you have an emergency?
Yes, someone's dead. She got shot.
She got shot in the head?
Yes, with bullets.
Simultaneously, over in Clinton County, Indiana, the state police launched their own distinct inquiry into the officer-involved shooting that abruptly ended the pursuit. Their exhaustive work would necessitate a rigorous review of all body-worn and dashboard camera footage, detailed interviews with the involved troopers, and comprehensive forensic analysis, all to determine if the use of deadly force was justified under the precise circumstances. The findings from the Indiana investigation would then proceed to the Clinton County Prosecutor's Office for final review and judgment. A paramount question lingered after the Indiana standoff: precisely how did Taria Brown die? Initial reports openly acknowledged the uncertainty. Was it a result of police gunfire, or another, more desperate act? A chilling detail later surfaced, a stark comment left on her online obituary page simply stating, "She killed herself." While not immediately, officially confirmed by law enforcement, this aligned unsettlingly with the initial ambiguity surrounding her death inside the vehicle. The firearm recovered from within the car could plausibly support either scenario, police action or self-inflicted wound. A definitive answer, the true cause and official manner of her death, would demand a comprehensive, official autopsy report. Public interest in the case, particularly concerning the intense events in Indiana, became immediately clear. A Freedom of Information Act request was promptly filed, seeking direct access to the police body camera and cruiser media. this undeniable public demand for transparency underscores society's inherent need to fully comprehend the precise sequence of events during that final, harrowing confrontation and the critical decisions made by law enforcement in those moments. Ultimately, at the heart of this unfolding true crime narrative lies the profound, tragic loss of Lucretia Renee Black. She was just 33 years old, her life cut short. The collective memories shared by her friends and community paint a poignant picture of a person cherished for her inherent kindness, vibrant humor, and enduring strength. Even in the face of past challenges, her sudden, violent absence leaves an undeniable, profound emptiness for all who knew her. This true crime story, while rooted in the specific lives of these individuals, undeniably delivers difficult yet vital lessons for all of us. It stands as a sobering, stark example of the devastating, irreversible endpoint that unresolved conflict and deep-seated instability within relationships can ultimately reach. It highlights the critical, urgent importance of addressing serious relationship issues head-on, seeking immediate help from trusted friends, family, or professional resources when arguments escalate in frequency or dynamics turn volatile and dangerous.
Appreciate all the response from the surrounding agencies. We had people from here, from Clinton County, Tippecanoe County, Boone County, so agencies from all around came to assist with this, and we appreciate their quick response to assist our officers.
The harrowing events of that November morning, stretching from a seemingly quiet Ohio street to an isolated Indiana country road, serve as a visceral reminder of how rapidly conflict can spiral and the irreversible consequences of unchecked violence. It's a painful reflection on the inherent fragility of human life and the critical necessity of finding healthier ways to navigate difficult relationship dynamics before they become irreversibly destructive. This case compels us, as a society, to consider the immense, unseen pressures that can build within private lives, and the tragic, public cost when they finally shatter. This case is a heart-wrenching, urgent reminder. If you or someone you know is experiencing conflict in a relationship that feels overwhelming or overtly unsafe, please, reach out for help immediately. Share this story respectfully to help others fully understand the potential, devastating outcomes of unresolved conflict. If you found this in-depth look valuable and impactful, please subscribe to Whistles of True Crime and hit that like button. Your crucial engagement helps us continue to explore these profoundly important cases. This investigation began with a sudden, brutal act of violence outside a Cincinnati home, the senseless murder of Lucretia Black. It culminated in a desperate, cross-state flight, a high-stakes chase, and a final, fatal confrontation in Indiana that tragically also ended the life of Taria Brown. 2 lives extinguished, inextricably linked by a volatile relationship that violently reached its breaking point with horrifying speed and irreversible consequences, leaving behind a complex, tragic narrative. This story serves as a stark, urgent reminder. The underlying conflicts and immense pressures within relationships, if left unaddressed and allowed to fester, can spiral into unimaginable, devastating outcomes. It underscores the vital, paramount need to recognize warning signs early and actively seek help before private struggles catastrophically erupt into public, undeniable tragedies. We meticulously share these harrowing stories not just to recount events, but to truly remember those lost, and more critically, to glean profound lessons from the circumstances that led to their demise. What are your own thoughts on this deeply sad, complex case? Kindly share them respectfully in the comments section below. Your perspective and engagement are crucial, helping to keep this vital conversation going. If you found this video informative and impactful, please give it a like and share it widely. Our hearts ache for Lucretia's family. Words feel inadequate, but please know you are held in deepest sympathy and prayers. May you find strength and comfort in memories of Lucretia. Thank you for watching. If you crave to see more stories like this, where ordinary lives are shattered by extraordinary events, kindly like and subscribe this channel now. Turn on the notification bell, so that you be the first to know when we drop our next video. More answers waiting to be discovered. Stay informed, Stay vigilant and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.